Hi ladies and gentlemen, Sean Davies, Colorado Reinsman. Well, today I'm here with a new addition to my training program, and he is a young 4-year-old buckskin quarter horse. His name is Ace. Some of you will look at him, some of you that know that buckskin quarter horse that I pulled off the feedlot last year, Mongo. This looks about like Mongo's younger brother. And he's a real nice boy, and he came to me from a young gentleman who was going to have some surgery and hadn't had time to ride him that much lately, and he'd put a saddle on and saw that he was getting a little spunky. So he brought him up to me, and I checked him out and just put him right on into the program. So up to today, I have basically just put him through my restart program, groundwork, round pin. When I checked him out, he basically has colt ADD. He'd rather be somewhere else, or he's just checked out. And this horse has actually been ridden quite a bit. He's had, a young man told me that he's had about 100 rides on him, you know, since he's been started. Well, that's good in one way, and it could be bad in another. What do those rides consist of? I had a feeling this guy's probably pushing a little bit on the leg. He might have gotten spurred up a little bit. You know, a few different people had ridden him apparently. He's shown me that he's definitely willing to get along. So what I'm going to do, without going too much into a lot of things, is I'm just going to go right back to my groundwork and my round pin real quick, and then I'm going to put a short ride on him today. And I want to see if he's going to present some of the things that I had a feeling he would present. You know, and I've already got him kind of softened up and responding fairly well to his groundwork. He's paying a little bit more attention to me now. One reason I don't just hop up on these horses all the time is it doesn't do them a service. If I don't have their attention on the ground, I'm not going to definitely have it up in the saddle. So we're going to just cinch him up a little bit more. I just put the saddle on. And he's a nice-minded boy. I've put the saddle on once or twice already, and he kind of showed, he kind of little humped a little bit, but it wasn't anything too serious. But I'm going to bring him out here, and I'm just going to start him off. This horse wouldn't back up originally. He's backing up pretty smooth now. Now I'm going to offer him this direction. See, he tends to go into the opposite direction, but there he figured it out with a little help. Now this is the same stuff you've seen a million times before. You're not going to see anything different. And I probably should have filmed him from day one, because you're going to see a slightly different horse than day one. So I'm just asking him to walk in this circle. And I want to see if his feet are tracking better. When he first came here, his head was outside constantly, kind of pulling on me. And I just worked on balancing him up. So now you see the lead ropes is draped in my hand. And he's really not pulling on me. So I'm going to ask him to pick up a little trot here. I'm going to make sure he's balanced. Moving around nicely in that trot. Nice and soft, really responding to me. I'm going to ask him to come down. Now, one of his downfalls has been downward transitions, especially round pinning, but I'm working on it. So I'm going to exhale, find any tight spots in me, and just say, make sure that my body is what I want it to be first. Now I'm going to wiggle my lead rope just a little bit. Bring him down. Keep him moving at the walk. So his downward transitions aren't that great yet. So he's really not tuned into the human as well as he should be yet. But that's what we're doing this for. We're only about a week into his training. Change my tool right here. Pick up that eye, step, direct him right here. Let's offer him that direction. Good boy. Let him pivot around me. come in on this circle. Now this isn't very exciting, about like watching paint dry. Now he looks like a horse that's doing real well, and he is for his level. But what are we looking for here? You can see he likes to stick his head out on a regular basis. So I'm going to lift this rein right here and move that shoulder and drive that hip and get him bent on this circle a little bit better. There we go. Now, if he comes in on me, I can take that lead rope, toss that out there a little bit, shape him up. I like him to walk right here. I'm going to encourage him to walk. There we go. Now I'm going to, yep. Now this horse is fairly acrobatic. He's an athlete. Now I'll pick him up to a trot. Just stand up taller. Shape him up. Give him a little kiss. Let him think. 3 seconds. Pick up my stick. There we go. We're just getting his mind on work right now. Shape him up. Good boy. Shape him up. Pull it on me a little bit. I want to make sure I'm looking ahead of him, balancing him up on this circle. Shape him up. He's pretty stiff in those shoulders and neck, and once I ride him, I'll tell you, he might need some chiropractic care. So we'll see. So I'm going to change my tool right here. I'm going to move that hip. Move it this way. Put a little more pressure on it. Get him going. Good boy. I'm going to get his brain on me, so I'm going to put a little more pressure on him. So at the trot, I'm going to change my tool. Lift that rein, move, and drive that shoulder over. Good boy. Bring him through here. Let's do a little figure 8 here. Moving. Moving. See, he's so worried about the transitions. Put a little pressure on him, he kind of falls apart. He doesn't have much balance. The first few times I did this stuff, this horse could almost fall down. Now he's starting to find out where his feet are underneath him. That last movement was real good. He's pulling on me a little bit. Bracing up his neck and pulling on me. There, he'll softened up. I'm going to change my tool, lift, direct, and move him over. That was good. He didn't barrel off through the transition there, but I don't think you saw it. So I'm going to change here. Boy, look at that nice little movement. He knew right where I wanted him to go. I'm going to bring him around here. Quit pulling on me, young man. Drive. And look, direct, let him think. Bring him right back through there. Pulling on me, driving that shoulder away. So I'm going to put some pressure towards that hip right there. Get that shoulder coming up and in rather than pushing away. And then I can direct him right here and move that over. Good boy. Good boy. Yep. This horse got some cutting ability right here. This horse will get down on a cow and do some nice acrobatic movements. Now just that backup is so much better. That just shows me that he's starting to get it a little bit. Good boy. Come and pet him a little bit here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now he's just a 4-year-old, so I'm going to treat him pretty kindly, like I do them all, but you got to understand I'm dealing with kind of a baby here. I'm going to bring him to me. Stop him. I'm going to back him up. Good boy. Okay. I'll do a quick rear end disengagement with him. Lift him up here, and this is helping him balance here. I'm going to hold that shoulder up. Drive that hip around. Drive that hip around. Drive that hip around without getting all stupid on me. There, put a little pressure on him. I want to put pressure on him and see where his triggers are. See if he worries about that flag. There. Now I'm kind of squeezing my hand, lifting that head, keeping that head bit. Good boy. Let's see. He said that was a problem. He said that was a problem. Okay, so I see a big trigger here. Well, I'm going to say, what are you so worried about with that flag, dummy? Don't get all excited. That's the baby in him. He's saying, oh my God, that thing might be scary. So I'm going to say, no, it's not that scary, son. See, that's exactly what I want to see. I really haven't flagged this horse up too much. I've just used this to move him. I'm going to hold that shoulder up right there. I'm going to come in here real gentle and say, you don't have to get stupid. Just let me pet you. Okay? Now I'm going to bring this flag over this side. Bring this flag over here. Pet him. Good boy. Make sure he doesn't hop up on my head. Good boy. Yes, sir. Bring this flag back over here. Now he's a nice-minded young colt. I'll make sure he doesn't jump on me. So I really don't want him facing me directly here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. There, that pretty much calmed that down. Good boy. Like I say, he's a nice-minded colt. Good. No big deal. Hold him up right here. Move him. Shape him up. Drive him right here. Drive him. Get him to step under. Want that rear end stepping under a little bit more. Good boy. Good boy. Let him come out of that. Good boy. Simple little exercises. Make a big deal. Big difference. I'm going to drive him. I'm going to go from one to another to another. I'm going to drive him right over this railing here. Get him set up here, and let's get our leg yield or side pass. Push him right here. Keep stepping over. There's one, and two. Get shaped up, and three. Get him over, get him over. Get him over. One, and get him over. Good boy. Not too exciting, but it serves its purpose. Correct him around. That shoulder, push that eye. Shape him up right here. Pick him up and back him away from that rail a little bit. One and two and three. Now, 2 or 3 videos in, you're going to see that like butter. All I want to do is try to get him getting pressure off my leg without a big to do about it. Check my cinch one more time. I'm kind of breezing through my groundwork today. I want to, got some weather might roll in, so I want to try to get some round pen and riding done just for a few minutes before it gets in. Okay. Good boy. I'm going to ask him to move his shoulder over. I'm going to back him up first. Going, I don't know about that. That was good enough. Look to my left. Find my center here. Line up with his hip. And let's move him. And if he walks out, that's just fine. Good boy. kind of exploring right now. He does this just about every time. So this is going to be about his third or fourth time actually round pitting. I'm going to stand up tall, give him that kiss, let him think. I just want to ask him gently with that flag, move forward. So if he doesn't respond off your body, young colts, he's still learning. He's still trying to figure out what all this body language stuff is about. So what I'm telling him is move forward. I'm going to look forward. Have him just move out. Get a little warmed up, feel that saddle. I'm going to ask him to canter here. I'm going to stand up taller. 2 kisses, he's thinking about it. 2 kisses, there, just a little raise of my flag. He's got a heck of a nice long strided lope. This horse has probably got some appendix in him. He really has got some thoroughbred somewhere back in his line. He's got that nice long kind of racetrack stride, but he's also got a hell of a sit back on him that'll get working a cow left and right. I really want to move him up a little bit. Let's get his attention. Let's move him out a little bit. Now he just switched his hind lead. Probably bumped the fence. So I'm going to bring him down and push him back up. There we go. He gets that correct lead. He just happened to bump the fence and change his lead. That's good. Sometimes I can just push that shoulder over and it'll fix him up. These young guys, I just want to bring him down and start him again. Let me bring him down to a trot now. I'm going to relax. See, he thought about it. One stride. He stepped right into his trot. Now I'm going to ask him to walk. Now what he tends to do is get in the slowest trot you'll ever want. He doesn't transition down to a walk real good yet, so I'm going to aid him with my body. I'm just going to relax completely. Exhale heavy. Slow my footfall down. So he's going around 3 times with me asking him. So now, if I got in front of him with this stick, it's too much. I'm going to take my hand right here, just step right here. Step right there. Got him down to a walk. Just get a little bit out in front of that drive line, you can bring him down. Pretty soon he's going to pick up that body language and come down. Now I've just got him for 30 days. We're going to see at the end of 30 days how he's doing. I'd really like to have them a little bit longer, but sometimes on retrains, you got to work with folks' budgets and things like that, but we'll see where he's at. He's going to be a better horse at the end of 30 days. Now I'm going to switch my stick, pull his eye, look at his rear end. Hopefully he'll come off that rail a little bit, just like that. He's trying to find me. Now this is part of his ADD. Hello, Junior. Now he's looking at me. And really, that's all I need. I'd like him to face me up a little bit more. So I'm going to come in nice and soft here. Use the brim of my hat. He doesn't see my eyes. I can just walk in. Pet him. Walk away and get him to follow me up. And that's even a few steps. That's pretty good. You're not going to get it all right away, even me. Good boy. Good boy. But I like this little guy. He's got a nice brain. He's thinking. He's trying. Good boy. Now, he tends to push on your hand. If I want to change sides here, he tends to push on me. But that's better. Now I'm going to block that eye, put a little pressure with that flag, move that front end over, send him off in that direction. I couldn't ask for better there. He's walking, we're happy. I'm going to pick his life up a little bit. I'm going to stand up taller, give him a kiss. 1001, 1002, 1003. He didn't go. Raise my flag just a little bit. And there he went. So my escalation of aid, I start off with the minimum amount I can and raise it up from there, and pretty soon he's going to move off. Same thing with the saddle. Well, you bring just a little life in. If it doesn't work, you increase your life, work your legs a little bit, your hands, whatever you need to do, and you'll get the life going on. I just barely use that flag, flagging a little bit. Good boy. He's got a nice trot, even trot. Let's stand up a little taller, increase my foot speed, give him a kiss. 2 kisses. Nice pickup, correct lead. I'm very happy. Now I can already tell that this particular horse is not going to be one that's going to be easy to work that vertical flexion, getting collection, because he's pretty stretched out. But we're going to see what we can do about that. Get his balance a little bit more, because he's real heavy on the front end. You see him moving around, he's kind of butt high still. I think this horse got some more growing to go. But he stretches out, drops that weight on, he kind of really flops those front feet down into that canter, where I want to pull him back in and up a little bit and get his rear end up underneath. See, he more or less drives that front end forward rather than lifting it up and reaching out. So you see that in the big Frisian I'm working. Boy, he's just a reacher and lifts that front end up beautifully. Now bring him down. Just want to think trot. Good boy. Keep up with his hip. Now I'm going to really think walk this time. Hey, I can't be happier with that. You didn't see him, but he's at a walk right now. So his right side a little more responsive than that left. So we'll work it. Good boy. Now I'm going to pick up this, pull his eye out that, look at that rear end, pull his eye over this way, get him to just back away from him right there. Let him find me now. Nope, kind of lost him. So I'm going to pull him right here, stand sideways. He hasn't quite grasped that yet, so I'm going to send him back to work. I'll put him back to work right away. Now I'm going to pull him at a little bit faster pace here this time. Bring him down to a trot. Let's bring him down. Exhale. Good boy. Now I'm going to pull him. And look at that. Pull him. Try to get a little bit more energy coming off that rail. Really. Just keep pulling that eye until he looks at me. Look at that butt. Back away from him. Trying to get him to look at me here. There we go. So this is part of his tendency to check out where people are concerned. He's probably had a little bit of pressure somewhere. There we go. Where he wanted to check out. And he's not quite sure he wants to check back into that human hotel yet. But we're working on it. It was hard to even get this horse to look at me going around that round pen the first few times. And he got it. And now he's moving pretty good. Good boy. So now you see he's following up. Sort of. So he's checking in one day at a time. He's not ready for a full week stay yet. Right, Junior? And your humor is suffering sadly. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my head stall on him, and we're going to do our first ride, so stay tuned. Okay, so I don't really know anything about this horse that much. You know, I try not to really have any preconceived ideas about what a horse is going to be like. So I don't know if I can even get a snaffle bit in his mouth. You know, if he's been ridden a bunch, hopefully I can get a snaffle bit in his mouth without him knocking my face off. I like that right there. So I think this horse probably had some good handling, and maybe a lot. And I think he's just full of youthful exuberance at times, and the gentleman that owns him is going to have to go in for some surgery, and like he told me, he goes, he just can't afford to get anything torn, which I fully understand. So, you know, he wanted to have somebody put some time on his horse, and he told me, and I give him A+ for honesty. He told me it was a source of pride that he trained his own horses, and he'd never sent a horse out to anybody else, but you know, he felt comfortable sending this horse to me, and I take that as a great honor. But also I applaud him. And for many people out here, it's, oh, I'd never send my horse to a trainer. Well, you know, there are trainers, and then there are trainers, and then there are trainers. It's not about the pride. I go work with people better than me to learn more all the time. So everybody should take the advantage of that when you can. So far, this young man here looks pretty good. So I'm going to ask him to just tip his nose my way. Now he hangs on that a little bit too much. So right there, see how he moves? I would like him to be a lot lighter than that. Good boy. And I see that this bit is going to be a little long for this guy. It'll do for this ride. I might have to put a little shorter bit in this guy's mouth. He's really hanging on me. I softened him up there. So he's going to show me pretty much what I thought he's going to show me. He's going to hang on me a little bit. That bit's about ½ an inch too long for him, but it'll be okay for today. So I'm going to pick that rein up. I'm going to tip this nose here and say, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? You got to be able to bend that head. Why don't you just stand still? Good boy. Exhale right there. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. We'll pick that rein up again. I'm going to tip that nose. Make sure he doesn't step right back on me. There we go. Good boy. Now I'm not going to do that a whole bunch from the ground right now, because I can tell you right now he hadn't had enough of that done. So I am going to cross my reins. I'm going to tip his nose. I'm going to get my foot up here. Tip around. Get up on him. Just tip that nose just a little bit, so if he tries to go anywhere. Good boy. Now, I'm going to slide my hand down this rein, and I'm going to lean over here. I'm going to get him to say, I got you. Good boy. Now I'm going to nudge him with my right leg, just to turn that head to the right. And I'm going to bend him and bring him back to my hip right here. This horse is too stiff. He's too stiff in the neck and the shoulders. He's got to be soft as silk. I want that horse no more than just my fingers, and see, he wants to move right there. So I'm going to just hold that gently. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to slide my hand down here. Close my fingers while I bring him back. Put my weight to the outside. Put my right leg back so he stops that hip. And got that bent. Now that's all I'm going to do with that at the beginning of this ride. I have a feeling he's not going to give me much on vertical. So if I pick up this and wiggle these reins a little bit and start closing those fingers, and you see right now, if I roll those fingers, he's not giving me a thing. He's not giving me a thing. So I'm going to say, no, you can't do that. You got to bend. So I see one major place that I got to work this horse a lot, softening up that vertical. So we're not going to get that this first ride. We might get a little something. But mostly I want to just feel him and let him feel me on his back. So I'm going to pick him up. Okay, I'm going to roll my hip forward. Well, this horse should be moving already. So I'm going to bump him right here. And ask him to go. Now he's heavy, heavy, heavy in my hands. He just got that face dropped out there. He's got that snaffle where it just doesn't do a whole lot. And I'm going to wiggle it. I'm going to bump him with my legs. He's just hanging on that snaffle. When I put a little pressure on him, you just take that head and shake that snaffle. So I'm going to reach down here and I'm going to bend him and drive that shoulder off my leg for a second and get him to bend that head. I'm going to bump that. He is not responsive to a bit whatsoever. So I'm going to bend him right here and say, quit pulling on me. So 100 rides. I don't want to pick on anybody because they'll see this. But 100 rides, this horse should be so soft in my hand. Now right there, you see I'm softening him up with that right rein. Good boy. I'm going to walk him out right there. So I'm going to have to check and see. I'll bump him right there and say, get off my hand, young man. Bump him. Bump him. I'll bump him with my right leg now and bend him a little bit. Just bump him in a circle. That's the position I would like him to be in, or close to it, with most of my forward work. And he's just heavy going straight. Okay? So now I'm going to bump him off my left leg and try and get that on the left side. Now, he's really pushing on that left side, so I have to check his teeth. Even at 4 years old, he may need to be floated if he hadn't been floated. Now, I'm going to bump him off my left leg. I want that left leg, that shoulder, right there moving, and then he drops his head a little bit. I'll bump him off my right leg. Bump him off my right leg. There we go. I'm going to put my weight to the outside. Bump him off that right leg. Just let my calf bump him. There we go. Good boy. Bump him in with my left leg. I want him following that nose nice and soft around. Good boy. And then I'm going to put my left leg forward and bump him off my left leg and get him soft to the left. You see him just take that bit and throw it up in the air. Look at that. Now I'm working my fingers. I'm trying to jiggle him down, get him to give to me a little bit. And get him to give to me a little bit. Now he's going to take some work. Drive him right here. Drive him. Drive him in a circle. If he can't push his neck out on me, he can't grab that bit and just wipe his face on it. Good. Now, bend him this way. So, already, I've ridden this horse for 3-4 minutes now. And I can darn near tell you that people have hung on this horse too much. on him with their hands. And I'm going to work him right here. I'm going to get him off that darn leg right there. He's pushing on me with his shoulder. And he's working. I'm working now. And I say, just drop your nose in, young man, and I'll take the pressure off. I'm working it. Bumping him with both legs. My left leg's forward, my right leg's back. And I'm saying, give me your nose. I'm working it. There he gave me his nose, and I'm going to walk him out. Okay. I'll bump him into my hands. Now look at his head set right now, going straight. Yes, sir, young man. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to work my fingertips super soft here. Bump him with my left leg. Good boy. So I might have just made a little breakthrough with this boy. I'm going to work that left rein super soft. Now he's much heavier on that left side. There we go. I'm going to bump him and say, get off my hands. Get off my hands. Ride him straight. Get off my hands. Get off my hands. Get off my hands. There, he dropped his nose a little bit right there. Right there. He's saying, where's the release? Where's the release? Wait for it. See, he's just gritting his teeth and working while I'm jiggling, working, softening those reins up. I'm bumping him up into my hands. I might have to pick him up a little bit and bump him into my hands without getting him too aggravated. Bump him into my hands. Bump him, bump him, bump him. I'm going to have to bend him a little bit and bump him. Bump him. I'm going to bump him. Get him going. He's trying to brace up against the forward. I'm saying, no, don't brace against the forward. Embrace the forward. Good boy. He's thinking about it. He's looking for the release. There, he quit pulling on me, so I take that off. Now just bump him out. Come on. Good boy. Okay. So I'm not going to ask him to collect up too much more right there. I'm going to ask him to pick up a little trot here. Shake him up. Bump him forward. Bump him into my hands. Then I'm going to sit. Good. His transition from the saddle is a heck of a lot better than it is from the ground. Good boy. I'm going to wiggle him down, bump him, give him a kiss. So this horse has been tossing his head for a while because the pressure is on him. I'm going to wiggle him down a little bit. Just work him down a little bit. Say, give me your mount. Shape him up. Boy, he's unbalanced. Unbalanced. Shape him up here. Shape him up. It's open just to canter him out a little bit, soften him up a little bit, but he's fighting so much into that bit with softness. I'm trying to be soft on him, and he's just saying no, no, no. Okay, get off that daggum leg. Get off that leg. Okay. So he's heavy in the bit, and he doesn't get off the leg real good without a spur. So I'm going to move this shoulder a little bit. I'm going to canter him up a little bit. See if he can canter. He's not very balanced, I can tell you. I'm going to put my left leg forward, right leg back. See, he just rushes that shoulder right in. Yep. So he pushed that left shoulder so hard, he's never going to get his correct lead. So guess what we got to do? We're going to work that shoulder. We're going to move that shoulder. And he is just stiff as a board. I'm going to lift that shoulder. Lift that shoulder. Get him off of it. Say, get off of it. Get off of it. Get off of it. Get way out here. Say, get off that shoulder. There you go, young man. Good boy. He dominates with... So he's basically telling me exactly what I need to do with him. And that is, lift that shoulder, put my weight way over here, and that, get him off that bit, and drive that shoulder out. Start softening him up. And see right there, he's wanting to toss his head, drop off to the forward. And I want to get that stuff done with. And he's going to have to square that away. And that's going to be through some exercises like this exercise right here. Good boy. Now, he just got a nice pressure relief. You notice he's dropping his head in just in a few minutes. But he's not anywhere near where he's got to be. I'm going to reach down here, lift this shoulder, drive this shoulder off. There we go. I'm going to work that rein. Work that right rein. I can work that left rein. See, pushing into my right rein there. I'm going to squeeze the left rein. Bump him off that leg. Good boy. Bump him with my left leg. Get him circling. Bump him off that right leg. Got him moving. Good boy. Bump him with both legs, moving forward. Okay, he's bending pretty good. Softening up pretty good with the right rein. Good boy. So somewhere he's been yanked on a little bit with the left rein. I'm going to bump him with my left foot here. Try and change my reins without him poking his face out. Ah! Look at that. We got a horse dropping his nose in. And I'm going to bump his right. Oh, shoot. We're cooking with oil faster than I thought we were. We must be microwave. Yes, sir. Left leg. I'm going to bend him here. Ah, I didn't toss his head. You think he's getting the idea here. And stop. Now, I'm going to ask him to drop that nose. Put my legs nice and far forward and bump him, wiggle that bit a little bit. Squeeze and work those reins and roll that. He wants to back up instead of drop his nose in. I'm going to bump him right here. All I want him to do is drop that nose a little bit. Bump him into that. There we go. Nice big give there. He's going to come quicker than I thought he would. I'm going to pick this rein up. And I'm going to bump him with my legs. Let's see if he's going to get something. He's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking. I'm working. He's making me work too hard. I'm going to bump him into my hands with my legs. I'm saying, give it to me. Give it to me. Bump, 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 go into it. There. Get soft. Get off my hands. Get off my hands. I'm working him. Get off my hands. Reach in a little bit more. Get off my hands. Work it a little bit more. There. Bump him into it. Bump him into it. Get off my leg. He's trying to go sideways instead of forward into it. Get off of it. Get off of it. Get off of it. Right there. Go forward. Right there. Move. Soften. Soften. Bump. Bump. Boy, it takes time. Don't be in a hurry right here. He's thinking. Okay, he dropped his nose. Let's stop. Oh, good boy. Woo! Rode this horse maybe 15-20 minutes. So now I've got a little bit of control of his shoulder, a little bit of control of his face there. Nothing anywhere near where I need to. So, what do my horses look at 100 rides? I pick up that rein and bring my elbows back. That horse should be dropped in, tucked in very nice. And you look at this guy, he's hanging on me. Just hanging. Now I'm working those reins. I'm saying, hey, get off that. bump off my leg. I'm going to lift him with my spurs now. There he gave to me. I said, good boy. Good boy. So riding this horse, walk, trot, and canter, is counterproductive right now because he's not balanced in any way. So just getting your gaits around the arena doesn't do you any good if he's not balanced. He's just going to pull on you the whole way. So I'm just about done with him. I'm saying, give me the left rein. I'm going to raise this rein a little bit here. Just work that. Just work it. And I'm going to raise his rib cage and say, give me. Raise his rib cage and say, give me. Don't be kicking at my feet. Give it. Give it. Give it. Give it. Good boy. He's thinking about it. I'll bump him right there into it. I'll bump him into it. There. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to let him think for a second. Good boy. Let me get that to the right a little bit. And I'm going to say, give it to me. Work her off the right rein. Bump into my legs. There he gave to me. Good boy. That's all I'm going to do tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward. Hey, he just gave to me. Very nice right there. So I'm going to ask him to drop one more time here. He's thinking, look at that. Beautiful. So my last time here, I'm going to say goodbye with it. I'm going to work that rein, just squeeze and bump him right there. Good. Up. You wanted to push on me? I'm going to bump him and say, just hold your head still, young man. That's good. That's good. He's finding that bit and starting to get off of it. Bump him into it. Right there. This little guy, he's got a long way to go. This is my first ride on him. I just want to teach him a little bit tonight. Oh, there we go. Good boy. Good boy. Yep, don't go anywhere. Come on, bump into it. There. Good boy. Now I want him standing perfectly still. But what am I going to get in the first ride? I'm getting a lot more than I actually thought I would. I knew he'd be pushy. I knew he'd want to check out. He's saying, I'm not used to that. Right there. He's finding it. He's going, where is that release? I know it's here somewhere. Let me bump him up right there and ask him to get off my hands just a little bit. He's saying, where is that release? You're nagging me. Where is that release? I'm saying, I got a little pressure on you. There. Don't back up. Right there. Get off my hands and don't do that. Don't do that. Right there. Right there. I'm holding my hand still. I'm going to get him off my legs. Bump him up into it. Bump him up into it. Right there. Get him soft. Pick him up a little bit. Get him soft. He's thinking. He's thinking. He's thinking. If he bobs his head real nice and brings it in, I'm going to quit on him. There we go. Good boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's good enough. This is Ace. Said he's a 4-year-old quarter horse, retrain or refine. But you see, I'm pretty much starting back to zero. But I'm happy with what I see. He's got a great little brain. He's figuring me out. So we're going to move forward. I'm going to change his bit next time, a little narrower bit. That one's a bit too long. And we're going to get some good stuff out of Ace. He's going to be a nice horse. He's got a great brain. All right, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Davies, Colorado Reinsman.